Monday marks the next chapter in the ongoing legal process connected to the Robb Elementary School shooting in Uvalde, where 19 children and 2 teachers were killed. The tragedy unfolded on May 24th, 2022, when a gunman entered a classroom and opened fire. Law enforcement officers waited more than 77 minutes before confronting and killing the shooter. Next week, families impacted by the school shooting will be in a Corpus Christi courtroom. Former Uvalde CISD police officer Adrian Gonzalez is scheduled to stand trial, where he faces more than 24 counts of child endangerment. Now, this is the first criminal case to go to trial connected to the shooting. KENS 5 reporter Zach Briggs has more.
For more than 3 years, Jesse Rizzo and the Causitas family have been fighting for accountability. And while he knows it'll be tough emotionally, Rizzo says he's ready for this trial to get underway.
19 children and 2 teachers died on May 24, 2022. It took law enforcement 77 minutes to ultimately kill the gunman. Adrian Gonzalez was indicted on 29 felony counts of abandoning or endangering a child. He pleaded not guilty. Prosecutors allege Gonzalez, who was one of the first officers on scene, did not follow active shooter training. He's also accused of failing to engage the shooter despite hearing gunshots and being told where the gunman was. Former Uvalde CISD police chief Pete Arredondo was also indicted on numerous counts of child endangerment, but no word yet on when his trial will begin. Here's Rizzo on his hopes for what this trial brings for everyone affected by the tragedy.
Jackie, she would want us to show up with her mom and dad and to be supportive and to stand tall, to stand strong side by side and to fight this to the end. It is to bring justice for those loved ones that didn't make it home and those ones that survivors that will always live the nightmare.
A heightened security presence is expected at the Nueces County Courthouse. Jury selection is slated for Monday morning. I'm Zach Briggs, KENS 5.
With the case now headed to court, scrutiny is once again focused on law enforcement's response that day. Investigative reporter Morgan Young examines Adrian Gonzalez's background and takes a closer look at his career, training, and role on May 24th.
Many will be remembered for what they did, but since this tragic day, former Uvalde CISD officer Adrian Gonzalez has been remembered and will stand trial for what he didn't do. He had been with the school district's police department for less than a year when it happened. He was hired in July 2021. Records from the Texas Commission of Law Enforcement show that before that, he had served with the city of Uvalde's police department for more than 10 years after getting his peace officer license in 2010. Those records also show that on December 17, 2021, just more than 5 months before the shooting at Robb Elementary, Gonzalez had completed a required 8-hour active shooter training course designed for school-based law enforcement. That course was taught by the Law Enforcement Academy at Southwest Texas College in Uvalde, where Gonzalez was also working on college credits. The college did not respond to my request for information on the course that was taught, but this flyer posted to the Southwest Texas Law Enforcement Academy Facebook page advertises an 8-hour active shooter training with the same identification number of the course Gonzalez completed, stating that among the topics covered were priorities of action for school-based law enforcement and both the solo and unified response to active shooter events. According to the flyer, this course was taught 2 months before the shooting at Robb Elementary.
Respectfully just recommend people to pause and see if that anger should be directed at Mr. Gonzalez. That's it.
Gonzalez's attorney, Nico LaHood, did not respond to a request for comment about his client for this story, but said this about the case in 2024.
Mr. Gonzalez is not guilty, and we'll be litigating that before a jury at the right time.
As that time approaches and the debate about what did or didn't, should or should have happened looms in a courtroom, there is also the question of how Adrian Gonzalez, who was also a husband, father, and grandfather, will be known and remembered. I'm Morgan Young.
Now, KENS 5 will have full coverage of the Uvalde officer trial beginning Monday. You can follow the trial on air, online, and streaming on KENS 5+.